Hey, everybody. A great, big, hearty, happy new year to all of our Central Valley students, families, parents, and staff. I hope you all are rested, recharged, you're ready to attack those 2022 goals. Wow, that feels weird to say that, Blake. 2022. If it's your first time tuning in, thank you for joining us today. I'm Jonathan Kios, job coach and agency linkage specialist from Yosemite Monarch Charter Schools, and you're listening to your transition podcast. Blake is my fearless co-host. How are you doing today, Blake?
I'm doing great, Jonathan. Thank you. I'm ready to hit the ground running in 2022. Again, it just sounds so weird because like 2020 wasn't that long ago. But I hope our students are ready as well. And I'm sure there are a lot of New Year resolutions out there that were made. And I know I made some myself. As everyone does, right?
Resolutions. Yeah. Now that's a word you tend to hear much more frequently around November, December. Every year, right? It's like a rinse and repeat. I was reading an article about the 10 most common resolutions. What do you think one is, Blake? The 10 most common resolutions?
Oh, I mean, I gotta guess, losing weight. That has to be on there, right?
Right, yeah. It is actually. Do I have time to share an article? Our broadcast is a little shorter today, but I wanted to share something. Is that all right?
Yeah, absolutely. By all means, please go ahead.
Okay, so let me pull it up. This article said that, again, the top 10 resolutions. All right, so exercise more. That was one of them. Lose weight. Kind of goes hand in hand, right, with exercise more. The other one, we've all heard this one, maybe we've said it ourselves, is get organized. This is the year I'm going to get organized. I'm going to get all my papers filed, and I'm going to get my shared drive organized. This is the year. The other one, the article cited, was learn a new skill or a hobby. I had a friend, what was this, a few years back? They were going to learn the guitar. So they went out, they didn't buy a beginner's guitar, they bought a very expensive guitar. I mean, it was special wood. I don't know if it was mahogany or what. And we'll just say that the guitar is now a beautiful piece of furniture in the corner. Something to hang the shirt or the jacket on. So learn a new skill or hobby. Live life to the fullest. Save more money was another one, and spend less money. I'm sure that's a common one a lot of us have heard. I'm going to stop going through the drive-through. I'm going to, stop getting those Starbucks drinks. I'm going to start making my coffee at home. Another one was quit smoking. That was a common one. And then spend more time with family and friends. I really like that one. Travel more. There's another one that I think would be fun, right? Is travel more. And then the last number 10 was read more. So that was the article.
Yeah, I love it. That's a really interesting list. I really like those a lot, and some of those are a lot easier to do, now than they would have been a couple of years ago. And I really like some of them. One of my, spend less money. I've gotten the habit, especially with, the pandemic, adding things, all that online shopping, it's got to limit my stuff, keep that cart small. It's easy to just buy now,
Yeah.
I love it. And one of those I was kind of surprised was like the live life to the fullest. I really like it.
Yeah, I'm with you because it seems a little vague. And I guess all of us, that's part of it, right? Is all of us can define what living life to the fullest is. But hey, we're all about living life to the fullest year-round, 24/7 at our Central Valley Charter Schools, right? In fact, we're not as big on this resolution thing, right? Our students are attacking goals year round. Our staff too, year round, we're trying to improve, making changes as we all see fit, whenever and wherever. I will ask one thing of our listeners today, and that is just, are you ready to crush your academic, personal, career, college, post-secondary, or you can fill in the blank goals in 2022? Are you ready to make those, little changes in February if you see fit? So if you have your resolutions in place and you see in March that this, I really want to pivot and go for another goal or kind of tweak this goal. Want to just encourage all of our listeners to kind of keep it as a open, that whole change thing that we're talking about today. Keep an open mind and an open heart to changing things and tweaking your habits to fit those goal needs. I know I'm trying to stay open, and I just hope everyone else is as well.
Yeah, I definitely think that our students and our staff and our families were ready, Jonathan. I mean, they all crushed it last semester, and I'm sure that they will again. We're going to finish out this year strong. I know I'm ready to take on 2022 and improve everything in at least some capacity. And that, what that even means here with your very own Transition podcast. We are committed to making this one of, if not the best resources for our students.
Yeah, I agree, Blake. In fact, January's episode, this episode will be a little different. This month, we want to just survey our students, families, and staff. We want to know what you want to hear. We have so many resources at our fingertips. And so we don't just want to release content for the sake of it. We want to release content that's relevant to you. There's plenty of resources out there, right? But making sure that the resources and the content is relevant and important to you. After all, this is about serving our students. That's what this podcast is about, is serving our students and our families in any way that we can.
Yeah, that's 100% right, Jonathan. And so through this, we actually have 2 surveys we're putting out there for everyone. So why don't you go ahead and tell us about the first one?
Okay, all right. The first survey is a podcast student interview survey. If you're a student interested in interviewing industry professionals, college graduates, trade school managers, etc., feel free to fill out this survey. Now, I do want to say we have gotten some feedback, and sometimes students say, I'm just a little bit on the nervous side. And so I just want to start by saying that's okay. We will walk you through it. We have a script. We will prepare you for the interview. We send you a script. We discuss things like how many questions you feel comfortable asking. We have some students who say, I'm only comfortable. There's 10 questions. I'm only comfortable asking 3 questions. You'll ask the 3, and we as staff will ask the other 7. We'll be with you during this interview. So we can also support any other needs you may have in regards to interviewing. So maybe you're saying, right now I only feel comfortable with 1 question. We'll support you in that. The other thing I just wanted to make note of is that you can always put your experience on your resume. So we want to get students involved in this. So please fill out the student interview survey. Again, you're not signing your name on the dotted line. It's just kind of putting it out there. we'll do the follow-up. We'll start having these conversations, and then we'll start planning, if you feel comfortable after our conversations, to get you involved in the student podcast.
Awesome. All right, guys. And our second survey is just a survey to see what kind of content you would like, which guest speakers you would like us to try to interview, and any referrals you might have, because as you know, we're always looking for different industry experts. So for both of these links, for these surveys, they can be found in the description of wherever you might be listening to this podcast, whether that's on Facebook, Spotify, or on our YouTube channel.
Thank you, Blake. Okay, before we sign off today, so it's going to be a really short session today. I just want to welcome you all back and share these links with you so that we can really improve our podcast. But before we sign off today, I have two requests. One is a college application tip of the month. Okay, that's my first request. I don't know if we can handle that, Blake. And then the second one is ending our session today with my favorite New Year's song.
Awesome. I think I can handle that. So, college application tip of the month in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So, college admissions is a step-oriented process that has numerous deadlines. Since a lot of prospective students are often juggling college applications alongside their normally scheduled like high school classes and extracurricular activities, it's really easy to kind of fall behind or even procrastinate. I know I'm guilty of a little bit of procrastination from time to time as well, but with these, it's really important to stay on top of things. And with a well thought out plan, anchored with a few organizational tips, we can keep students on track with their college applications. And so to do this, there are some expert recommendations for how a student can keep delays in this process from undermining their college ambitions. So to start us out, we have start planning early for college applications. So pretty self-explanatory. We're going to have an idea of where we want to apply. We want to start planning these things out a good amount of time before we're actually going to want to start doing that. Let's start planning early, get yourself situated. Next, we're going to create a detailed timeline for college applications. So we're going to want to figure out all of our deadlines, all of the things that we want and need, and we're gonna organize that out. We're gonna make a nice timeline so we know when we're gonna be accomplishing certain tasks. Another thing we want to do, and this one's really big and I think really important as well, is ask for letters of recommendation early. We're already in the process of asking somebody, in this case, to do something for us, to do us a favor, really, to write these letters of recommendation. It's both wise to ask early for yourself because it gives you more time to procure these recommendations, but it's also very considerate because it does give the person you're asking some more time to write them as well. You give them more of a heads up, they don't feel rushed, they can give you exactly what they want to write about you, and you don't have to worry as much about getting those back in time. A next thing that we want to do is budget time for application essays. So I know everybody I've ever talked to about applying for colleges loves writing application essays, whether that's for colleges or scholarships. They're so much fun, but they're so necessary And so we need to make sure that we set aside the proper amount of time for these essays to get these accomplished. I know we're really busy when it comes to juggling those high school activities and classes with these applications, but getting a good allotted amount of time in your schedule to write these essays is really important. So that way you can not only do it without feeling rushed or pressure, but you can also put forth your best effort. And then lastly, we're going to want to allow adequate time to prepare other admissions materials. What those might look like are transcripts, high school transcripts, SAT or ACT scores, whether, if you took one or both, and things like that. So any of these extra materials that might be needed for your application, sometimes they have bonus things you can throw in, extracurricular activities. If different applications, they might give you kind of a miscellaneous spot to add more. The more you put in there, the better your chances are of getting in. So planning for and applying to colleges can be really stressful. That's a lot of stuff to keep track of. But by planning these things out and organizing your timelines as well as your materials, you're not only setting yourself up for success, but you're also making things a lot easier for you and a lot less stressful down the stretch.
Wow, so much good information, so rich. Thank you, Blake. So you're telling our students, don't procrastinate. That's pretty much summing it up, is do not procrastinate. I love it. Well, that's pretty much it for today. We've got plenty more coming on our podcast. Looking forward to 2022. But I just want to thank you for being with us on the journey through your transition podcast. And here's to a better year of all of you all attacking those goals. See you on the next one.